I just watched the teaser trailer for the new Cape Fear series that's coming out, and I don't know, man. I'm kind of I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Like I didn't want to reboot or remake movie. I didn't want to remake series. I think Cape Fear, the Scorsese remake of Cape Fear, is one of the greatest remakes of all time. That movie, so like I saw the remake first, which always kind of fucks with how I rank certain things or judge certain things. And I think I do that unfairly sometimes, but I can't help in the order in which I see certain things. But I grew up loving that remake, but then I remember going back years ago and watching the original. I had it on DVD. I was like, let me go back and appreciate the source material. And it is a really well made film, man. It's really, really, really good. But I prefer the remake. It's intense. It's just Scorsese injected that intensity, just that pulse pounding thriller shit of the early 90s or just the 90s in general into that remake. And he's like, it's shot so stylized, man. It's so clean, it's so crisp. The performances are just, everything's top tier in that remake, man. Everything is top tier in that remake. So when they announced that they were doing this, I was like, Spielberg, like, you figured I would be excited for Spielberg and Scorsese teaming up. I was like, I don't even care, man. And then they said Javier Bardem was going to play Max Cady. I was like, all right, I'm on board for it. There's always something in these remakes, these thriller remakes that they've been doing, whether it's a series, whether it's a movie. There's always one or two things that reel me in as far as casting goes. Like with the Fatal Attraction series, it's Joshua Jackson and Lizzie Kaplan. Joshua Jackson, for one, I'll watch anything he's in. Lizzie Kaplan, she's a great actress, but that show fell flat as fuck. Um, the same thing with The Hand and Ross Cradle. I have yet to see it, but Mika Monroe and fucking Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I'm like, come on, man. You know, if you take anything out of that movie that's a positive, it's gonna be their two performances, and I already know they're gonna kill it when I watch it. But the main takeaway out of this is Javier Bardem. Like, come on, man. We know Javier Bardem is going to be incredible in this series, man, as Max Cady. That is the selling point for me. But then when you cast like Patrick Wilson as I think they changed the names around, but the Nick Nolte type of character this time around, I'm like, come on, man. Like, he's going to be a pussy throughout this movie, man. It takes me back to Lakeview Terrace, where you want to root for Patrick Wilson in Lakeview Terrace, and you don't. As much as we love Samuel Jackson, you don't want to root for him because he's a racist, terrorizing piece of shit in that movie. But Patrick Wilson, it's like, you are the least intimidating person I have ever seen on screen, man. I just know you're gonna be a pussy in this series, man. Katie's gonna walk all over you. I do not trust Patrick Wilson in any fucking movie to save the day and protect his family. Yeah, the way that this is gonna be written, yeah, he's probably gonna overcome and he's gonna grab his balls at some point and he's gonna save his family. He's gonna protect his family, rightfully so. But it's Patrick Wilson, man. Like, come on. I can't take this dude seriously in any type of movie where he has to be like a patriarch. He has to be the authoritative figure. It's just like, bro, I just can't take you seriously. Amy Adams, she's going to do fine. I'm not worried about her. There's some really decent shots in the teaser trailer. One in particular where it looks like Max Cady staring through like a set of blinds inside or outside of a house, and the fireworks are going off. Reminds me of that scene where Robert De Niro was sitting on that big ass, that brick wall outside of the Bowden house on 4th of July or whenever it was when the fireworks are going off. It's a beautiful shot. But the way the fireworks are flickering like red and blue, or maybe it's police lights, I don't know. But the way that it's shot, Javier Bardem's eyes, they look like they belong to Robert De Niro. And he does like these little nervous ticks and these smiles in the trailer where they're really going to showcase. I think Javier Bardem's going to add like a different layer of crazy to this shit. Do I think he's going to top Robert De Niro? You got big shoes to fill, bro. Like, it's Robert De Niro. That's one of my favorite roles of Robert De Niro. He was so scary. There's scenes where he's smooth with it, where you think he might not be up to no good. But like Robert De Niro was just like, as Max Cady was just a force, man. He was terrifying. He made it like he took it over the edge of thriller and turned that shit into a horror movie, as he should have. So is Javier Bardem gonna have a better performance? I don't know. I think it'll be fun to see how people stack the two up against each other and compare and contrast and all of that kind of stuff. But like I don't know, man. I'm really on the fence about this, but I really want to give this a chance. I think that because it's a series, there's a little more time to flesh these characters out. There's a lot more time to see these characters get into some things that we weren't able to see in like a 1.5, 2 hour movie last time, or even the first time around. So I want to see what we do differently. I know this is not going to be a beat for beat thing. I also want to know if they're going to do like a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot kind of thing where they had the audience guessing like, was Freddy really guilty of the crimes he was accused of? Because there's a line from Amy Adams where she asked Patrick Wilson's character, she's like, do you think Katie will find out what we did? And it's like, did y'all lock him away? Like, did he really do it this time? Was he innocent? Because in the remake, he was not innocent. I think he really did do what he did to that girl. I think it was like a 14, 16-year-old girl, whatever he did to her. He was really guilty of his crimes. But this time around, I don't know if they're going to play like, because if he was innocent and he just went crazy in there and he's like, yeah, I had a good life once. That's what Javier Bardem says in the trailer. So it's like, I want to see just how different we get with the Max Cady character. Like, I'm not super crazy about it, but I'm willing to give this a chance, honestly.